This is a 2-year-old Peruvian peso that came in the night before I did this video. It had a halter on when it came in, but it really didn't. It don't lead, so it's not really halter broke. And here I had her in this pen between my two arenas, working on getting a halter on her. And passos are a lot like working Arabians. You can't really lunge them in a circle like you can a quarter horse. So here at this point, what I'm doing is I'm petting the head and I'm sending the butt forward, trying to get her to engage her brain and think. Every time she turns her butt to me, I'm going to slap her and send the butt forward. Every time she turns her head to me, I'm going to pet her. Give her that option of which choice that she wants to make. I worked this for a good while. This whole episode that you see in this video was about an hour. There, she's turning her head. Now she's turning her back, and I'm going to send her back forward. In the process of doing this, I get the halter on her, and I'm sending her with that rope, but I'm also getting her desensitized to the rope at the same time. Here, by this time, I had gotten the halter on her using the technique you just saw, and had her desensitized to the lunge line. So I was able to get the halter on her, get the lunge line on her, and get a lead rope on her. Now here at this point, I am on Bob. I just got up on Bob, and I'm holding the lunge line, and the lead that I really want to pony from is around her neck. So what we're doing is we're just walking. She don't have any clue what I'm asking for right now. I'm holding the lunge line, and what I want to do is just ask her to move her feet a little bit. I'm not really putting any pressure on this lunge line. Even if I did, it wouldn't hold. It would break. And I want to get to the lead rope that's around her neck, because that's what I'm really going to pony from. Right there, she's kind of meeting Bob for the first time. She has no clue who he is. And we're just kind of moving around. This whole clip, this session lasted about an hour. So what you're seeing here is video clips kind of out of the different stages of that session. By walking this circle, we're getting her used to the idea of being around another horse, and I've already had the lunge line all around her feet. She still worries about it. She's not broke to it, but it's not totally new to her. There, she got it wrapped around her feet and kind of worried a little bit. Stop and give her a chance to relax. What I'm after right here is to get close enough to her. I'm going to pet her head, and then I'm going to pull that lead rope down that's over her neck, and then that's what I'm going to pony from. All of these things, I had the basics that I started, the touching her head. I started at the end when I was petting her head, sending her butt. Now I'm unclipping the lunge line, and now I have her by the lead rope. This is a good heavy cotton lead rope that I can actually pony off of. Now she doesn't know how to give the pressure. Right there you see her pulling back on the pressure, and we're just going to hold and wait for her to relax and realize that she can't pull the slack. She is a pretty good bit spoiled. And a lot of what you're going to see that looks like scare. Now, this is where the magic happens right here. This is where I just put pressure on the halter, or actually Bob puts pressure on the halter, and we wait for her to step forward and give to that pressure. There, she steps forward and gives to the pressure. Now we're going to take another step and wait for her to step forward and give to the pressure. That's where she really learns to give to pressure. She has been very spoiled, and a lot of what you see as her acting scared is really not scared. It's her throwing a little temper tantrum to get what she wants. So here she's actually learning how to be ponied, learning to walk with Bob. She knows that she has to give to the pressure of Bob, and that's real big key right here. Really important when you're teaching one to lead. They have to learn that they have to give to the pressure. Having Bob to be able to do this with is just invaluable. What I was able to accomplish here in an hour would have taken days, me working it on the ground. So at this point, she has a basic concept of being ponied. Right now I'm only ponying from this one side. I will eventually swap sides, but right now I'm just working from this side. And if you've been watching since I worked Denali, this should be pretty familiar to you. It's basically the same way I worked Denali, and we're going to start this horse the same way we started Denali. She's a little bit young and a little bit small, but the thing about it is she's becoming dangerous. She's becoming dangerous to the owner, dangerous to be around because of those little temper tantrums that she throws. So we have to give her a job. We have to give her something to do. So here I'm actually ponying her through a gate. This is the gate that opens into that little alley where I was working her. I want to pony her through that gate into my covered arena so that we have a little bit more room to work with. I got Bob around, in through the gate, turned around, now I'm dialing the rope off, and we're actually going to do the same thing we did out there, apply a little bit of pressure, and then ask her to give the pressure. We're just doing it in reverse. Bob's going to hold her right there, we're waiting for her to give to the pressure, and there she leans forward and gives. It's all a matter of giving to pressure. We apply a little pressure and wait for her to give. I'm not going to just drag her around. That's going to be counterproductive. That doesn't teach the horse anything. And right there, I'm just giving her a chance to look, take in what the concept of what I'm asking her to do is go through this gate. No pressure right there. We're just waiting. Now we're taking a step back. Going to apply a little bit of pressure. And then wait for her to give. Bob's just going to hold her. Wait for her to give the pressure. Another little step back. And hold it. There we go. Now she's coming forward through the gate. Giving to the pressure. She just came in the day before. And she was turned out in the covered arena the night that she came in. She got in right at sunset the day before this. And I turned her out in this covered arena. And that's where she spent the night. Now we're just walking around the covered arena, just asking her to pony in a bigger area. More room for her to want to be someplace else. And you'll see here in a minute, she starts to get in front, and Bob's going to tell her to get back where she needs to be. Bob's just an old hand at this. You've seen him do that with quite a few horses. He will put them where they need to be. Everything that we're after here, I'm not doing physically, we're not doing anything very hard with her. Apply a little pressure, wait for her to give the pressure. It's real important that you understand that I'm not just dragging her around. If she was to sit back, then I'm just going to stop with Bob, hold the pressure, wait for her to give to the pressure. The whole point is to teach her to make a good decision. Forcing her to do something doesn't accomplish anything. She doesn't learn from that. But teaching her to make a good decision is what she would learn, is what we want her to learn. She's a little forward there. Bob just told her to get back. And after a few minutes of this, she starts to pony like a good horse, like a horse should be. She's still a little out to the side there. Bob's putting her in her place again, telling her to get back where she's supposed to be. There we go. Starting to get nice. There, he's putting her back again. And I walk her around here for a few minutes. I don't know exactly how long it was, but it was long enough that she started to get nice and start to get the right concept in her mind of what was going to be expected of her. And there's Mouse over there watching. He's probably glad he don't have to do this job, that Bob can do it. I worked quite a few horses like this off of Bob, and he does a really good job. Keeps me safe. He'll tell the horse to behave and get in place, but as long as they're doing what they're supposed to do, he'll leave them alone. She's starting to relax a little bit. There, she started to kind of pull off to the side, and Bob fussed at her, pinned his ears at her. There, she's gradually getting a little bit better. So now what I want her to do is I want her in that stall. You see that stall door open right there. I want her in the stall so I can go in there and work with her similar to how you saw me work with rodeo, because out in that pen was really too big of a place to get those things done. She don't lead, she don't give the pressure, and what I don't want to get off and me try to lead her, because if she pulls away from me, she's going to learn that she can get away with pulling away from pressure, and what I just taught her is going to be undone. Now what we're going to do here is I'm going to use Bob, and I'm going to pony her into the stall. I want to go into a certain way. I want her off to the side, and I'm going to give her just a little bit of slack here so that Bob can go in the stall. That opening is probably about 4 feet. It's not a very big opening. So now at this point, same thing we did out there. Add a little pressure, wait for her to give the pressure. Don't want to just drag her into the stall. And there's a little step down going into the stall that makes a lot of horses worry about. I've got the rope kind of dialed off to the horn. I'm just kind of asking him to pivot around to the left to put a little bit of pressure on the lead rope and then wait for her to give to the pressure. Now I got to get Bob out. So I'll back around to the opening, undo the lead rope, and I'm just going to drop it. I'll come back later and take the lead rope off. So this is with the first session of working with Basta, B-A-S-T-A. I think that is enough in Spanish. And I'll have more videos of her. I have quite a few videos of her. She's going to be a handful. She is going to be a lot to start. So until next time, thank you for watching.